This week and the weeks to come, we are having women in diverse fields join us on the I Am Drive for Women's Business Month. It's been exciting so far. Today we're joined by, we have our third guest for this edition of Women's Business Month. She's in the person of Nana Ekua Classpeters. She's like the most bubbly person you could ever find yourself around. You can't be sad around her. I'm saying because I've gotten to experience what it's like to be around her. So we're excited to have her on Women's Business Month this morning. Let me mention that Women's Business Month is brought to you by TNU. TNU, thank you so much for supporting us on Women's Business Month. And they recognize that many women are struggling with unhappiness. And it's not about how they appear, how they look, the weight gain, they're not happy about it. And it's a common challenge for over 80% of women. However, they are saying there's hope if you would allow them to take you on a journey with them. TNU is the leading fitness movement in Ghana and is exclusively designed by and for women with over 3,000 success stories. So you can trust that TNU will provide the support and the motivation you need every step of the way. And they're saying you don't have to give up on your favorite Ghanaian dishes. So give them a call today if you're ready to start your journey. Some of you are thinking, oh, Christmas, let me wait after the Christmas, eat all I want. But this may be a good time to start so you can be more mindful with your lifestyle during the holidays and in the coming year. So reach out to TNU 0208 174 178 0208 174 178 or follow them on Instagram and Facebook at TNU Fitness. Trust us, your future self will thank you. Women's Business Month is also brought to you by Secure Pill. Life is all about planning and making choices. And in making choices, you need options. Secure Daily Oral Contraceptive Pill gives women the choice to plan their lives and their families. And it's taken by women to prevent unplanned pregnancy. So you can have children when you are ready. With Secure, you decide. Hashtag is Secure Pill. These are our sponsors for our Women's Business Month. Secure Daily Oral Contraceptive Pill and TNU. You can join us. We're live on Facebook. Nana Ekua, you're welcome to the I Am Drive.
Thank you.
Relax, Nanikia. Let's have a good time. The first time I saw the name of your tour agency or tour company, the Party Crew, I did not ask you then, but today I'm going to ask you on the radio. At a party, Anna. Why the Party Crew? How did that name originate?
I represent Party.
I told you she's a fun woman. Why you say you represent Party?
So the name Party Crew, actually, I didn't come up with it.
Okay.
The whole tourism thing, I'll say I was pushed into it, and it was a good push. And so I got the name and the vision, the ambition, and all the ideas at the altar. So I didn't plan the name. Everything came. I wrote it, and then I have been running with it.
But when you say you were pushed into it, can you shed more light on this for us?
So I worked with the Association of Business Executives, UK. It's a management body, examining body. And so we, from time to time, go into research in the area of management. In one of our research, we realized that artificial intelligence and robotics is gradually taking over jobs. And so very soon, the job that 2-3 people can do, a device will do it and then replace the people. And in that view, we started promoting entrepreneurship.
Okay.
And so just around that period, I also resigned from my work, and then I was looking for another job. But as I was looking for a job, I also had in mind that we are being encouraged to go into entrepreneurship. So what can I do to create employment for myself and for others? So I started thinking, and then I started praying about it. So at one of our programs, specifically Greater Works 2023, that's when I got this whole inspiration to start the Party Crew. I got the idea, everything. I wrote them down, including the name. And then after the program, I went with a friend, Enyo Nam. So I shared with Enyo. And she was like, let's start. So that's how.
And that's how it began. And it's been how many years down the line?
10 years.
Wow. 10 years of the party crew.
Yes.
Would you perhaps remember like the first project you put together, first trip you put together? How did it go? I like the way you breathe in deeply. It's like there's a story in there for us.
There's so much story. So recently we celebrate our 10th anniversary. We went back to Willie Waterfalls where we started from. I shared the story with some of our clients, and I'm happy to share it here.
Sure.
The first trip, when I got the inspiration, I didn't know anything about tourism, and I didn't know any of the tour sites. So I shared with my friend Inyo. And
you hadn't collaborated with anybody also?
No, nothing tourism. And when I was even praying to go into my own business, tourism wasn't part of the areas I gave a thought to. So I was just looking at the area of management because I'm an administrator. So that was the area I was. But then the tourism came, and I shared with Enyonam, and she was like, let's start. I said, I don't know anywhere. I've never been to any tour site. And she was like
really, you hadn't?
No. and she said, okay, let's list about 3 places, take a trip to those places, assess the place, and start. So Enyo encouraged me. And then our first place was Willie Waterfalls. She drove me there. We went to check, asked questions and all that.
Enyonam is a friend of yours?
Yes,
okay.
Enyonam, Gota of Visa,
okay.
Bridals.
Okay.
So we went there, and then we assessed the place, and then we put together our first trip. We were over ambitious. This is where the story is. Our first trip.
How over ambitious were you?
Our first trip, we hired a 50-seater bus, like VIP size. So for our first trip, and then we started with the promotion, and with the promotion we were just targeting our friends.
Okay.
And then we shared our flyer, we spoke to people, and then we went into some corporate institutions as well. And so they gave us their word. We hired a bus, we hired a DJ, tour guide,
Particular DJ had to come in there.
So it wasn't easy. And then we also went to the police headquarters to get police escort for the first trip. And then on the day of the trip, we had about half of the bus.
About how long had your promotion lasted?
2 months.
2 months?
Yes.
Half bus?
Yes. And so half of the bus. And then we still went on to do the tour. We had so much fun. At a point, our bus broke down. And then the policemen also slept. And then...
I did not see that coming.
Sorry.
See.
So it was dramatic. It was exciting. And it was
unforgettable, maybe we should say.
Unforgettable. And then we had a nice learning experience. And so afterwards, we came back to the drawing board. We learned our lessons.
Can you share some of those things with us when you came back to the drawing board after your first experience?
So we realized that we need to start small and grow, build our clientele.
We're live with Ekua Classpeters, who's the Chief Operations Officer of the Party Crew. You might want to join us on Facebook and share the link. Ekua, please go ahead.
So when you have a vision, start small and then grow it. But yeah, and being over ambitious too is fine.
You're ready to embrace the challenges that come with being over ambitious. Yeah. But through all of this, what would you say are some unique perspectives or approaches that you bring on board as a woman in the tour industry? You've been doing this for 10 years.
Yes.
Yeah.
So our uniqueness is in our delivery. When it comes to our tour guides, they are not just ordinary tour guides. So we have Nana Asase the poet. He works as our tour guide. So on the tour, there's a lot of poetry.
I did not know that. I've only known the poet side of him.
Yes.
Good morning, Nana, if you're watching us.
So, and then storytelling.
Okay.
So when you are on our tour, we do not just entertain you, we educate you so much. If we are taking you to a certain region, we make sure we tell you what they do and even the business opportunities that are in that region. So you are well informed when you get onto our tours.
This is really interesting. I don't think I've ever been on a domestic trip and had something like this.
Yes. And the fun is we also have Belinda Bediako of Roverman Production as our tour guide.
Wow.
So
it's very strategic.
It's fun.
I mean, that first trip definitely taught her a lot. It taught Nanika a lot.
So we have Kofi Danso. He's a poet and a photographer. So when you go on a tour with us, it's not just you taking your phone to take photos. You come back with professional photos and videos for memories.
Interesting. Let's talk about tourism and how you believe it's relevant to our lives. I mean, for individuals, for couples, for families, churches, corporate bodies. Is it that relevant at all? Is it for a certain kind of people?
It is. And it's not for a certain class of people. It's for all of us. For individual, tourism enhances your emotional and physical wellness. For couples, it helps you to bond. For families, it helps you to create a shared memory. For churches, it's not all about the spirit. Sometimes you have to go on a trip, and it even helps you, the church community, to see the greatness of the Lord you are worshiping. You see the beauty of his creation. So it makes you worship with understanding. And for corporate institution, it enhances creativity.
Okay.
So tourism is for all of us. Yeah.
I'm seeing some messages here. I would like to get back to you and ask you some of your favorite spots you visited in the country. If you go onto a page, which we'll let her mention while we're wrapping up, you'll see that Mami, she's been all over. She's been all over. This one says, True Pa. We're on Facebook, and this one says, I want to part with the party crew this year. Paki says, a shout out to Sister Enyonam Gota. Theophilus says, Ekua Classpeters, the party crew. There's a clap for you there. Theophilus says, half of the 50-seater bus. Wow. And he's writing the lessons down. Says, start small and grow. Don't be over ambitious. Nanika, what are some of your favorite spots in Ghana? Let's say the I'm Drive, Vicky and I come together and say we want the party crew to blow our minds. You've been around quite a lot. Which are like two major spots you would recommend Vicky and I visit, and anybody watching us visit?
So two. I would recommend Asan Manso Slave Bath.
Okay.
It's a place of history. It's a place of connection, and it's a place of reflection. So that place, I can't get enough of the place. And then Akosombo, Adventure with the Trident.
Oh.
You know.
JJ Ado.
Yes. So you do things you think you can't do. You end up doing it, and then you bring the same perspective to your everyday life.
Okay.
So there are certain things you think, sometimes you do the abseiling. Afterwards, you watch the video or see the pictures,
For
and you
who
go like,
doesn't know what abseiling is, can you try to describe?
Okay, so
if you can try.
Abseiling is, it's like there's a mountain that you descend backwards onto the river. So there's a boat on the river, so you descend backwards. The
rope is letting you down.
Yes, one step at a time, and then you get into the boat. So
my co-host says it's scary. I think it's exciting.
It's exciting. It's adventurous. And what adventure does for you is it boosts your confidence.
Okay.
So it's one activity I always recommend, especially to women.
Why?
Yeah,
Why?
because we are like, I'm afraid of heights and I can't do this. And sometimes there are certain decisions we need to take in our lives and we think we can't.
We cannot.
But all such activities, it helps you. It boosts your confidence because when you are done, you look back and you're like, did I do this? And one other activity is capsizing on the Volta River. You are like, so I was able to survive in the water. And so these are some of the activities, like if I have to share two.
Those two places will stand out for you.
Yes.
And I want to know, let's say you have to, a family has contacted you or an organization has reached out to you, they've asked for a trip somewhere. I mean, what goes into preparing a package for a group of people who reach out to you?
Okay, so first you consider the goal for the trip. So what's the goal? What do they want to accomplish with the trip? Is it just for recreation? Just sightseeing? So you just consider that first. And then number two, the size of the group. So it's a family of 4 families. So how many of them are toddlers? How many of them are teenage? So you consider that. And then you also consider their budget.
Okay. And I want to find out from you. Remember, we're live on Facebook. You can join in the conversation. This one says, I'll be part of this party crew. God bless you, Sunny FM. This one says, Medasi Bebre. I don't know the genesis of that one, but let me continue with Ekua Classpeters here. Your business has, I mean, from day one when you had your 50-seater bus arranged with 25 people, it's been 10 years. How would you say your business has grown? You can share with us the processes you've been through and the growth.
Yeah, so it's been a wonderful journey, and then most of the time people say you start good things and you don't get support. Mine has been opposite.
Wow.
I've received so much support from my family and my friends. So the party crew is family and friends business. The moment you join now, whether I know you, I do not know you, you become part of the family. It's family and friends. I've received so much support from them. And through that, I've built clientele, especially in Ghana. So in Ghana, we have about 60% of our clients here, and then the rest from Jamaica, Bermuda, USA. And we have also grown to structure our business to work without me.
Okay.
The founder, the initiator. So we have a team of tour guides, drivers, administrators who make sure everything goes on well. So you might not find me on every trip, but you will get the best. We have also been able to join the Tour Operators Union of Ghana. We are licensed by the Ghana Tourism Authority. It is very necessary to go on a tour with a licensed firm, so that if anything happens, you can hold them. If you go with anyone at all and you don't know their genesis, you can't go to Tourism Authority to trace them for you. But for party crew, if we take your money that we are going to do ABC, Tourism Authority is there to ensure that we are doing what we said we will do. So in the 10 years, we have gone into the regulatory procedures with GTA. Every year they have to come and assess our works. They even follow our social media pages to see what's going on. And for the 10 years, we've built corporate clientele, and then we also been able to form partnerships. So we have partners in Ghana and in other parts of Africa. So the 10 years journey has been wonderful.
And I think one of the things I want to draw from all the women that are coming in is how they maintain the clientele base. How do you do it?
So mine is just relationship. the moment you become my client, you are my friend.
Family and friend, okay.
So once you are my friend, checking on you,
Okay.
Keeping you informed on our upcoming tours, and hanging out, like from time to time, making time to hang out, visits, and all that. So this is how we've been able to keep our community. Yes.
You're listening to the I'm Drive. This is Sunny, 88.7 FM. We are also live on Facebook. You have a comment, you can drop it right there. If you have a question for Ekua Classpeters, you can do that. This one says, yes, relationships are very important when you are into tours. Okay, I'm getting some comments coming through here. Let me get to them before we shoot our last question to Ekua Classpeters this morning. This one says, tourism enhances creativity. Yes, adventures boost your confidence. People are writing notes. Stephen Amma says, amazing and hard-working woman. Keep it up, the party crew. And Ruben says, Ekua Classpeters, great job, dear. So proud of you. And I want to finally ask you, Ekua, what would you say, what advice would you give to aspiring female entrepreneurs, those who are looking to start their own business? You've done this, you walked this journey for 10 years.
Yeah, I'll say have a clear vision and be consistent, because consistency is what has brought us this far. So be clear about exactly what you want to do and then take one step at a time. Be consistent. Yeah.
Thank you very much, Ekua. Okay, I'm still getting some more messages coming through here. This one says, I know very soon you're going to be the best CEO. And Pakiza says, you have inspired us a lot. How do you feel when you hear comments from people, you take them on a trip, the feedback you get? How does it make you feel about what you do?
It humbles me, and I'm always like, so Lord, did you use me to do this? Like, I asked this question because the kind of feedback we receive, it's amazing. Like, people who are depressed, people who are not ready to connect with people because they are being careful, and then they join our trips, and then they make some meaningful relationships. And so the feedback, and then our services, we make sure from start to end, you don't get a bad. And so the feedback always encourages us to do better.
I think, Party Crew, you'll see me on the next one. I want to experience this. I definitely want to experience this.
You have to join the party.
Ekua Okai says, woman of excellence. Ekua, thank you so much for coming on Women's Business Month series, right on the I'm Drive. The wisdom nuggets you shared today, I'm sure there's been a lot for us all to pick from here and there. And we have our sponsor, June Fabrics, who says for every woman that comes through, we also want them to know how much we appreciate them for the role they are playing in the economy in Ghana. And so this is from June Fabrics, Ankara and more to you for playing your role in the economy in this country. Congratulations, Ekua.
Thank you, June Fabrics.
Keep running high.
You can see I'm wearing Ankara, so I love it. So thank you so much, and I'll get in touch. Thank you. And Sunny, thank you for having me.
Our pleasure. And so if you're also, let me mention their social media handles for June Fabrics. You can find them on TikTok. Facebook is June Fabrics, and also they're on Threads. That's June Fabrics _GH. June Fabrics, thank you so much for also supporting us for Women's Business Month. Yes. How can we find you on social media?
Yes. So we are at Dansoman Runabout, our physical location, and then on social media, Instagram, thepartycrew.gh, Facebook, The Party Crew, YouTube, The Party Crew. So everywhere, The Party Crew.
Everywhere, The Party Crew. The party is everywhere.
Yes.
Okay, Vicky just drew my attention. There's another message coming through. Let me get to that quickly also. Okay, let's get to it right now. So Ekua says her trips are always sweetly memorable. Hey. This one is like, if we don't go, you're home some way. Theophilus says, advice to female entrepreneurs: have a clear vision, be consistent. We're loving the insights and the advice that all these women coming through are sharing. And Ekua, thank you so much for accepting our invite. Definitely, we will be hanging out with the party crew very soon. Thank you so much for coming through.
I look forward to that. Thank you for having me.
Pleasure. And we wrap up right here on an Ekua Women's Business Month series right here on the I Am Drive. Thank you to our sponsors, Secure, also TNU and June Fabrics. Thank you.